If you like Tudor's watches and don't like spending a lot of money, but do like high quality watches and don't mind other companies completely copying Tudor's design, have I got a great watch for you to see today. Hey guys, welcome back to Just a Watch. My name's Dave. I live in Japan and I love to collect affordable watches. And in the affordable watch realm, homage watches are very popular. An homage watch is a term coined by watch collectors to refer to watches that essentially look like a very famous watch, a very expensive watch, but they're sold by a different brand for much less money, and they have the other brand's branding on it. So they're not a copy. They're not trying to present themselves as a counterfeit. They're definitely putting a different brand on the dial so that it's very clear that it's not made by the more famous manufacturer. Homage is kind of a euphemism. Maybe knockoff is a more appropriate term, I think, a lot of times. But if you're going to get an homage watch, you might as well get a good one. And San Martin, a watch manufacturer out of China, produces not only homage watches, they do have some original designs as well. But when they do a watch, whether it's an homage or an original design, the quality is always top notch, at least in the ones that I've seen. Today, we're going to be looking at another watch from San Martin, which is available on AliExpress's summer sale for right around $200. That is an extremely high quality watch that has a very striking resemblance to the Tudor Pelagos. Now, San Martin did send me this watch for free, which is why you saw the paid promotions flag at the beginning of this video. However, other than the watch itself, they did not provide any compensation for this review, nor do they have any input into the content of this review. This is exactly the kind of watch I expect to see from San Martin. When it comes to specifications, build quality, and finishing, this watch is almost unbeatable for the price, but somewhat lacking when it comes to originality, as this watch is basically an homage to the Tudor Pelagos. It's not a one-to-one copy by any means, but I don't think they made those changes because of creativity. I think it was more just because it's actually a little bit cheaper to make it the way that they did. The biggest difference here being that this watch is made out of stainless steel and not titanium, and the dial construction is a lot simpler on this version. But that aside, this watch is currently available for about $200 during AliExpress's summer sale, and for that you are getting a stainless steel watch with absolutely beautiful finishing, a sapphire crystal, a Seiko NH35 movement, a ceramic bezel, and a beautiful enamel dial. But one of the coolest things that this watch offers at this price point is the clasp. It features a tool-free micro-adjust clasp with push-button action. So it's extremely easy to resize the clasp when you're out and about if you want to loosen it up, if your wrist is swelled a bit, or if you need to tighten it down because you're going to be moving around a lot, you have that option. This is one of my favorite features on any watch, but it's typically not found in watches below like $500. Now, I have seen some clasps that offer a similar functionality in other very inexpensive watches here on AliExpress, but the other ones that I've experienced in this price range have not been very smooth to operate. They're kind of finicky, and they don't feel that sturdy. This one, by contrast, is excellent. It's well made, it's well finished, and it functions very smoothly. Another really impressive part about this watch is the bezel. It features a blue ceramic bezel that just has the most crisp cutouts on it that have a very bright white fill, resulting in a glossy ceramic bezel that has a very premium look to it that really makes the watch seem a lot more expensive than it actually is. And the action on the bezel is great. You get 120 clicks and it's very satisfying action. It's kind of a lighter action. It's not very heavy or hard to turn, but each of those clicks is very secure, locking into place with no backplay, and the coin edge grip is very easy to get a hold of. Likewise, the enamel dial has a very glossy finish to it that I think looks really great. This is kind of an uncommon finish. More typical, you would see like a sunburst or a textured dial, but I really like the simple glossy look of this dial. It offers excellent contrast against the crisp white indexes and handset. And yes, the handset is a direct copy of Tudor's handset. You're getting that snowflake hour hand and that stick minute hand. And those indexes are very directly influenced by the shape of the indexes on the Pelagos. But if you like the look of the Tudor Pelagos, that's not a bad thing. In fact, that's probably why you're interested in this watch. And if you don't mind it not being exactly like the Pelagos, but you get that look, this is going to be a great watch for you. Now, all that said, to get it down under $200, I do feel like there has been some cost-cutting measures involved here. It really does seem like San Martin is kind of using some parts from other watches that they manufacture when they put this together. The case is basically a Submariner homage case, and the bracelet and clasp are the exact same bracelet and clasp that came on the GMT watch that I just reviewed from San Martin as well. But on this case, the end links don't match up with the lugs exactly right. They're just a little bit short, which not only looks a little bit off, but it also prevents those female end links from having as much articulation as they would otherwise have. In fact, they actually function more like male end links because they wind up protruding past the edge of the lugs. Finally, powering this watch is a Seiko NH35 movement, and since they have not opted to put a date window on this dial, that means that there is a ghost date position on the watch. Now, I think overall, those are fairly small trade-offs to pay for the amount of value that San Martin is packing in here. From a specification, build quality, and finishing standpoint, you would be really hard-pressed to find a better watch for $200 than this. The only real downsides here are the kind of standard concerns that you have to buy this direct from China to get the best deal, so you'll have a little bit more difficult time getting after-sales service if you need support on this watch, and international shipping can be a little bit of a pain. But if you're willing to jump through those hoops, this is an absolutely fantastic value, so long as you're a fan of the Tudor Pelagos and don't mind homage watches. So I think that about wraps it up for this watch. I know that homage watches can be a little bit controversial. A lot of you guys absolutely love them, and with good reason. It is an amazing way to get a watch that you probably would never be able to afford. I know I certainly would never really be able to afford a luxury watch, and so an homage watch is a great way to get a little bit of that experience, to appreciate a design that you love at a price that you can afford. And then I know there's also a lot of you guys out there that don't like the idea of wearing a watch that is a copy that's trying to be something that it's not. I tend to prefer original designs, but again, I can definitely see the appeal here. And I certainly cannot fault this watch when it comes to quality and specifications and components that are put into it. It is a phenomenal watch for the price. But let me know what you guys think down below. Let's hear the comments and see where everybody falls on this. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. Also hit a like on this video if you enjoyed it. And finally, if you're interested in getting a Watch Theme t-shirt like this one, you can pick it up on my website at justthewatch.com, where I also have a lot of other cool designs that I put together. That will wrap up the video for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.